What's going on, guys? It's Ray from Solo YGO coming at you with my Sky Striker deck profile for the current format. As you all know, we got help from the most current ban list with Engage to 2 and Multi-Roll to 3. We'll just jump right into the deck profile and I'll show you my card choices and explain what I can. If you have any questions for us, leave it in the comments below and we'll try to help you guys out. Starting off with the main monsters of the deck, we got Sky Striker Ace Ray and Sky Striker Ace Rose. You want to max out on Ray because it's your main monster, and Rose is really there just for the Linkage OTK. So you have to have these monsters mandatory in the deck. So next up, we got 2 Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, the God card, and we got 2 Sky Striker Mecha Modules Multi-Roll. This helps you recur your advantage from the graveyard, so it's kind of important for the deck to keep up with the current decks in the format, and I think running it at 2 is correct.
Did you ever try 3?
I tried 3, but it's I don't think it's needed. You can just get rid of the extras using Area 0 or popping it with another multi-roll that's already active, so this helps you with free advantage, but like I said, it's really not needed. But
you know you'd play the 3rd Engage.
I would play the 3rd Engage if it came to 3. That deck would be unstoppable at this point. So next up, we got the one-ofs. We got 1 Shark Cannon, 1 Afterburners, 1 Hornet Drones, and 1 Area 0. A lot of profiles are running multiples of the Afterburners, and I can see why you want more Sky Striker names in the deck if you want to use the Area 0 effect. But in testing, I don't think it comes up as much. Usually you're really trying to prioritize the Linkage OTK in going second builds, and a lot of people running multiple Shark Cannons to get snipe stuff out of opponents' graveyards. It's almost like a DD Crow or Called by the Grave, so that's what it's for. Next up, we got 3 Linkage. This card is just phenomenal. Helps you OTK. Helps you dodge things as well. There's some important interactions that happen in the game, especially with Rose. You have to have it in the graveyard, obviously, to OTK. But you can dodge things like hand traps if you have Kagari on the field. If they try to hand trap you with Infinite Impermanence or Effect Veiler, you can dodge it with Linkage. It's a real niche interaction that comes up a lot. So next up, we got 3 Widow Anchor, mandatory 3 of. This helps you win games, helps you gain advantage, take monsters that might disrupt your play, and it's just part of the Sky Striker strategy. Try to take monsters and OTK your opponent. Next up, we got few power spells, Pot of Desires. A lot of people run it at 2, but I think 1 is correct. You're never ever gonna resolve the second one anyway, and with Engage to 2, you're gaining a lot of advantage already with the extra draws. So I think Pot of Desires is fine at 1. Then we got Called by the Grave, just to help you protect yourself from hand traps and all that. And then Rhoda is just an extra name for yourself. So next up, I run a lot of board wipes. This is a going second build, so I run 2 Lightning Storm. It's a weird hit on the ban list. I don't know why they cut this to 2, but if it's at 2, I'm gonna play it at 2. This helps you board wipe and control the game state. And 1 Raigeki. I'm thinking about running multiple Raigeki because a lot of people don't see it coming sometimes, but it's there for me to help control the game state and just take over. And with the board wipes, I run 2 Forbidden Droplet. It's just another card to help you gain advantage and help you play around certain things. If you got some kind of monster that's stopping you from furthering your agenda of OTKing them, then Forbidden Droplets helps you with that because it halves their attack and negates their effects. So I think it's important and mandatory in a Sky Striker deck. Next up, I run 2 Triple Tactics Talents and 2 Triple Tactics Thrusts. A lot of people are running Thrust at 3, which is fine. I like my ratios at 2 for some reason. Sometimes 3, if you play 3 of a card, can be too cloggy, in my opinion. And you'll see with my non-engine, I run a lot of 2-ofs. But this is just to help you gain advantage. And if you don't want to play Thrust, there's other options you can replace them with. Other budget options like more hand traps. Or if you want to play Pot of Desires at 2, that's all fine too. And next up, I got my hand trap lineup. I run 2 Drolls, 2 Ash Blossoms, Just
Do you think Drill's better this format now that some decks got hit?
I think it stays the same, honestly, because last format it was mainly for the super heavy samurai deck and the purely matchup, because they just, well, not even purely, because they play in the draw phase, but Droll and Lockbird is a pure, like, it can stop your turn, just like Ash Blossom, it can stop your turn. So I think it's really important for this format for sure.
Fair enough.
And I also run 2 DD Crow and 2 Effect Veiler. DD Crow just helps me get rid of monsters that I think they might target to, for example, Bestials. It's a good removal for combat the Bestials. I'm pretty sure that's going to be popular in today's format because of Dragon Link. And I also run 2 Infinite Impermanence. It's my hand trap lineup. I just run 10 hand traps, and I think it's mandatory for a Sky Striker deck because you have a lot of space for a non-engine.
How do you feel about Ghost Bell?
Ghost Bell is also a good hand trap this format because Branded didn't get touched. Well, they got Expulsion banned, but they still have a lot of interactions, and I think Ghost Bell stops them for the most part, and it's going to be in today's format for sure.
Definitely.
So that's my main deck. So 40 card main deck count. Next up, we got the extra deck. I play max out on everything. I run 3 Kagari. This helps you regain your get access to your engage more often. Just help you get more advantage. Then we got 3 Shizuku. This is what you want to end your board on most of the time. You're always ending on Shizuku Pass with a bunch of back row, and everybody knows that's what this deck does. Next up, we got 3 Hayate. I think this is the main one for my particular build.
It's a beautiful ultimate rares here.
Thanks, man. Hayate, yeah, just attacking and dumping your rows or your engage to your graveyard for you to recur is really important, and it helps the OTK. Next up, we got 1 Kaina and 1 Zeke. I dropped Zeke down to 2 just for better utility of the extra deck. I found out through testing that there's a lot of times where you really can't do much, so I wanted more options to link off in case I get stuck by a hand trap or I get stuck with a problematic monster or back row or something. Then I wanted to have more utility. So next up, we got Dark, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, and Access Code. I rarely ever go into Access Code, but it's just there as an option in case I can close the game out. Nightmare Phoenix to pop any problematic floodgates, like stuff that hurts this deck. There can be only one. Or
you miss Halki Fibrax and Celine?
I do. And you can still play Celine in this deck because we still run the Effect Veilers, but
yeah.
I found out through testing that you can't really play that combo anymore. So
right.
Yeah, it's not as consistent, in other words. So,
oh, yeah.
And that's the extra deck. Off to my side deck. So as you can tell, my main board, my main deck is pure going second build. So I filled my side deck with a bunch of going first cards, and I think the Therion package is a good option for going first. Instead of just ending on Shizuku Pass, you can end on Therion King Regulus and a few back row, and having an Omni Negate turn 1 or turn 0 is pretty strong. So next up, I run 3 Magical Deflector. This stops problematic field spells, which is going to be has been prevalent in current formats and past formats. There's a lot of broken field spells like the Casteria Pressure Planet.
Didn't you guys used to play a broken field spell? What was it called?
Yeah, Mystic Mind. Let's not talk about it. Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, it's there. It's a good option because it negates quick plays as well. Next up, I run 2 There Can Be Only One. It's a total shutdown card against a lot of strategies in the format. It can stop a lot of rogue decks, so gotta have it. Next up, I got 3 Dimensional Barrier. This deck's hardest matchup to me, in my opinion, will be the Branded deck, which I think is going to be prevalent this format. And Dimensional Barrier can sometimes shut that deck down for a turn. It gives you a chance to recur, get more resources, and allow you to just symbolize the game state for you to take advantage. So, and then last, I got 2 Gamma Seals. Just for mainly for the branded matchup, Mirror Jade is a problem for the deck. So kaijuing problematic monsters pretty much a easy way for you to end the game. So, and that's my deck profile for Sky Strikers for the June 2023 format. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns for us, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you, Ray.